East Beach in Santa Barbara, California for the third stop on the 2002 AVP Tour. Today on Fox Sports Net, it's the Michelob Light Santa Barbara Open presented by Paul Mitchell. Volleyball player in his day. And he's wearing the ref cam today. Our second official is going to be Ron Stahl. So Bealey is up. Ron Stahl is down. We're set and ready for our championship final. Terrific storylines today in Santa Barbara, California. The battle of the Olympic gold medalists, Eric Fonoimoana and Karch Kiraly. Eric Fonoimoana has said that Karch Kiraly was his idol growing up. Two teams know each other very well. Dax Holdren, a local kid from Santa Barbara, as is Karch Kiraly, and Brent Doble trying to become one of the few Midwestern kids to win a beach volleyball tournament. Jeff Nygaard did it last week. Henry Russell was the first. It's not often that a kid from another planet, the Midwest, can win a beach volleyball tournament.
And don't forget, Eric Fonoy also played volleyball in college here at UCSB. So really 3 local products ready to show the hometown crowds a good match.
Dax Holdren and Fonoy wearing the multicolored uniforms. Kiraly and Doble in red, and Kiraly is blocked right off the bat.
Talking to Fonoy and Holdren right before the match, they said yes, they will attack the great one and go after Karch Kiraly. They will serve him and expect his loop shots. That time Karch goes for the power. Great timing by Fonoy.
Dax serving again. Nice high set. Kiraly goes over the top. Dax has it. Dax off the net, and he puts it away. Dax Holdren is an outstanding player. He's 29 years old, a lefty in his 8th year. Played with Todd Rogers, his good friend, for 12 years, and then decided he needed a bigger blocker, a more powerful guy. So he picked up Eric Fonoimoana. So Holdren and Fonoimoana jump out 2-0, and they continue to work on Karch. Passing no problem for Kiraly. Fonoy pops it up. Free ball coming. Kiraly tapping again, and down the line he goes.
You talk about Fonoy teaming up with Holdren. Well, Fonoy was playing with Dane Blanton and was his Olympic partner. Dane Blanton out with a torn ab muscle. Great touch this time. Karch taking a huge approach. Nice swing, very deceptive. His shoulder shows that he's going cross court, then he hits over the top of his body to go down the line.
Brent Doble is 32 years old. He was born in St. Paul, Minnesota. Currently lives in Capistrano Beach. He will serve Fonoimoana. Karch with a dig. Chance to turn a point. Karch off the net. And that's one thing that Karch told me before the match. He said, if there's one thing I don't do quite as well as I used to when I was younger, is hit the ball off the net. That time he looked pretty good.
Well, it's very hard to get the timing because you've got to wait and be very patient. Also, the ball tends to get behind you and you can't see the block. That time he clearly had the vision because he went right inside the block, and Karch off to a great start.
2-2. Here comes Fonoy. Karch with a dig. Back, 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 and that's out of bounds. So Eric Fonoimoana, 33 years old, grew up in Manhattan Beach. Fonoy is in his 11th season, the defending Olympic gold medalist, along with his pal Dane Blanton. They're not together anymore, and now Fonoy will serve. Gonna serve Karch a lot. Over the top. Fonoy has it up. Beauty. Doble. And Karch down the line. I think one of the keys for Karch, make sure he gets a good pass, and Doble's got to set him well and nice and high.
Well, that first part, making sure Karch gets a good pass, well, that's just about a given. I think the best ball control player in the world, both indoor and outdoor, has such beautiful technique, so he's always going to get a good pass up, put himself in a position for offense.
Karch with the serve. They'll work on Fonoy. And Fonoy is rejected by Doble. So Doble and Kiraly have their first lead at 4-3. We'll have more AVP volleyball from Santa Barbara. Michelob Light Santa Barbara Open presented by Paul Mitchell. While we have a moment, let's take a look at our Aquafina road to the finals. Eric Fonoimoana and Dax Holdren, the number 2 seeded team. They played 5 matches, and number 5 was the toughest.
Yeah, Mike Lambert and Lee LaGrange, who had an incredible tournament. I mean, a big surprise seeing those guys get so far. Took them 21-19, 21-14 behind some great serving and blocking.
Neither of us are huge blocks, but we put up a decent-sized block. And yeah, I mean, we've been on fire blocking so far, and we just hope to continue it.
Meanwhile, Brent Doble and Karch Kiraly, the number 5 seeded team, They won 4 in a row, and then they had to play the Brazilians, Anginho and Big Fred.
Big Fred was huge blocking, but not enough. They did take Doble and Karai to 3 in one of the best semifinals I think we've seen all season long, and Karch and Doble playing with a ton of confidence after that big semifinal win.
There are so many tough teams. We lost our the first game of our second round match today and had to give it everything we had just to win that match, to get to the quarterfinals, to keep playing.
We're going to the finals, baby.
That's how our top 2 teams made it into the final via the Aquafina road to the final. Other finishers this week, Anginho and Frederico de Souza get a 3rd. Mike Lambert and Lee LeGrand also get 3rd, their best finish of the year. Stein Metzger, Kevin Wong, the number 1 seeded team, they finish a disappointing 5th, along with Adam Jewell and Colin Smith. Good finish for those guys. Sean Rosenthal and Mark Williams get a 7th. They surprised everybody this weekend. Canyon Seaman and Mike Whitmarsh disappointing in 7th. Albert Hannum and Jeff Nygaard, champs a week ago, not so good this week at 9th. Jake Elliott, Brian Soldano, Aaron Boss, Ian Clark, Pepe Delahose of San Diego, and Chris Makos, they all finish in 9th. We continue now with our championship final. So the teams switch sides on multiples of 7. There's a good look at Brent Doble, the big hitter blocker. Career prize money over $140,000. Crowd socked in here at historic East Beach. Karai serving the jump floater.
And line.
And Fonoimoana snapping it through. Eric Fonoimoana. Hand signals will be used today. Dax and Fonoimoana, not a particularly great blocking team, but they pass, set, and dig very well. Karai, down the line he goes.
Yeah, Fonoimoana and Holdren really all about transition and playing consistently, but they've got to find a way to slow down Karch Karai. Already off to a great start, 4 kills. Doble, not any, but he's not receiving serves. They've served 100% to Karai so far in this match.
And Doble and Karai working on Fonoimoana. Here comes Eric. And Doble stuffs him.
Blocking has been huge all tournament for Brent Doble. Has 12 blocks on the tournament, averaging better than 1.5 per game. Watch the way he gets lateral movement, leans inside once he reads the hitting shoulder of Eric Fonoimoana. That's what you want to do, establish confidence against one of the big hitters.
Doble serving Fonoimoana again at 6'4", Karai Doble. And tapping it over the block. You know, sometimes you hit a few balls and you get blocked, then you say, okay, I got to be smart and start moving the ball around.
Yeah, you get in your head a little bit and start chiseling away at that confidence, and you start to freak out because you're thinking about that block a little bit too much.
Fonoimoana with 8 career wins. His first was in Baltimore in 1994 with Scott Akatabi on Karch, and Karch elevating over the top. So Karch, 41 years old now, born in Jackson, Michigan, now living in San Clemente, married to Jana, got a couple of young boys, very athletic. 142 wins, the last one in 2000 with Adam Johnson at Virginia Beach.
But boy, Karch has not missed a beat in those 2 years, was suffering with a shoulder injury, and I talked to him before the match, and he said, hey, you know, it seems like a long time ago, but Adam and I did so well in 2000, and last year I only played in a couple of events. So he said, no, I'm not nervous. No, it doesn't feel weird. This is the way it's supposed to be, and certainly so, already 5 kills now.
Missed out last year, recovering from the shoulder, but he also accrued Achilles tendonitis, which he could not get rid of.
Yeah, that's
he had to
hard
rest
to
it, had to ice it, had to stem it. Here comes Fonoimoana, and Fonoimoana chopping down the line. So a big hit by Eric Fonoimoana, and it is 8-6. Our AVP Men's Championship final will continue on Fox Sports Net after these messages. Mitchell. This season on the AVP Tour, the top 8 teams on the beach will be invited to the season-ending Paul Mitchell shootout that's going to be held in Las Vegas, September 6th through the 8th. As you look at the standings, right now the top 8 teams get in a chance to win some bonus prize money. Of course, if you want to make plans to go to Las Vegas, you can check out tour packages on AVP.com. The top 8 teams in the AVP will be there.
And that's going to be a great one. Under the lights at the Hard Rock. Best event of the year.
That is the Paul Mitchell shootout. Center court, the drama building. Karch Karai and Brent Doble have gotten off to a quick start, leading 8-6. This is the Michelob Light Santa Barbara Open presented by Paul Mitchell. Dax Holdren set to serve. And they're going to try Doble. And Doble pops it through.
That's the first opportunity Brent Doble's had to receive serve, and he makes the most out of it. Nice transition play, starts with ball control.
First 2 games to 21. Third game, if necessary, to 15. And so Doble will put the ball in play. Fonoy on the right side. And he rips one past Karch.
I like it. Fonoy and Holdren moving it around, trying not to be predictable. This time, Fonoy going behind Holdren, trying to move the block as well. You see, Doble has to take 2 huge lateral moves to his left and really catching both Karch and Doble still moving on contact.
Fonoy serving Karch. Set back a little. And that's a legal play. Doble on one.
Oh, how about the quick set?
It's a bump one
The bump one. When was the last time you saw that on the beach? Hardly ever see it indoor. Talk about catching your opponent off guard. Great pinball defense this time. Now barely over the net. All Doble can do is pop it up. But Karch, you know, many say he's the greatest setter in the world. Well, he's showing it there with the bump one. Doble, good quick feet out of the sand.
Certainly can bump it. And the serve into the net. Karch has been utilizing that little jump floater. Not a particularly hard serve, but most of the time he gets it in, not that time. So Karai, who's won almost $3 million in prize money, that is first all time. And he is into it early. 10-8, Doble Karai. Good set, Doble tees off. So
right
Karch has played well enough where they're starting to serve Doble.
Exactly. It took a couple of points, 5 quick kills by Karai, hitting about 900% in the beginning of this match. So they've gone to Doble, but now Doble making good. Has received 2 serves, has gotten 2 kills. That's frustrating as an opponent. When things aren't going well, you switch to the other one. When that's not going well, you know, what do you do?
Here comes Fonoy. Tapped up. Karch goes and gets it. Doble, and it drops out of bounds.
Oh, I thought he was going to get the member bounce.
A little earlier, we talked to Karch Karai, and we asked him what's it going to take to win here today in Santa Barbara.
I think it'll be even because we have Santa Barbara against Santa Barbara here in the Santa Barbara final. I don't think the crowd's really going to root for any one team over the other, but hopefully we'll give them some great volleyball, and they'll enjoy it a lot, and we'll win over some new fans and get a bigger crowd for next year.
Karch is doing everything he promised and more. Karch Karai is definitely back to peak form.
Fonoimoana serving. 11-9. And tapping it straight down. So Karai off to a good start offensively and getting some good sets from Brent Doble. That is their 12th point. They lead 12-9. The Michelob Light Santa Barbara Open presented by Paul Mitchell will continue after this. Cox, we're back at historic East Beach, which produced players like Henry Bergman and Karch Karai and Dax Holdren. We're in the midst of our championship final, game 1. People going nutty. It's 12-9, Karch Karai in a final for the first time in 2 years. Karai will serve it. He's got 142 all-time wins. That's first on the all-time list. Looking for number 143.
It's a long time coming, and I think these fans here in Santa Barbara would like nothing more than to see Karch Karai get it right here.
Karch Karai won this tournament, Heather. The first time he won it, 1979.
Just amazing.
1979, Karch won.
Well, you talk about the fact that Fonoy grew up as with Karch Karai really being his idol. Well, I'm not sure there's many volleyball players that didn't grow up with Karch Karai being their idol. I know I did, and it's you know, it's been amazing to see what an impact he's had on this game.
12-10. You're wondering, Karch won that first tournament with St. John Smith. Here goes Karch over the top. And that's one thing that Karch can get away with now against Fonoy and Dax. It's not like there's a 6'8" guy like Jeff Nygaard or Kevin
Or
Long
like
up there.
Mike
He can
Whitmarsh.
do, yeah, he can do a little poking and smoking over the top
Which
there.
is good for him, good for his shoulder, good for his numbers already. Just putting up impressive stats, 7 kills now for Karai. And I think the difference so far in this match, Karai and Doble playing better defense. Doble with 2 stuff blocks, Fonoy and Holdren yet to get a block and really not scoring in transition as much.
Karch with the dig. Doble with the set. Karai didn't get enough heat on that one. Here comes Fonoimoana. And Karch blocks it.
There's that defense we're talking about, Chris. Now 3 stuff blocks in this first game alone. Most teams are lucky to get 3 in an entire match. Karch takes a step to his right, tells his partner that he's taken away angle, turns that left hand in, and yeah, he's pumped up. He's back.
Karch Karai winning his beach gold medal with Kent Steffes, who just recently, I was told, graduated from Stanford Business School with his MBA. Karch on the prowl in the backcourt, looking for another point, and he puts it away.
Well, he is just tooling right now, bringing every shot out in the book. We've seen him swing hard angle, swing hard line. We've seen the shots. Now we're seeing high hands going directly across his body, away from Dax Holdren's defense.
Karai just 2 events last year. He played with Scott Akatubby when he finally got a chance to play, and a timeout taken by Holdren and Fonoimoana. Our AVP Men's Championship final will continue on Fox Sports Net after these messages. Let's rejoin our championship final. Chris Marlowe, Heather Cox, Brent Doble and Karch Karai in the red uniforms. They're taking it to Fonoimoana and Dax Holdren at the moment. Karai has been very, very good, and so is his partner Brent Doble. 15-10 our score in a game to 21. And apparently it's Doble's serve. So Doble will serve it. Doble, a former basketball player. He won 16 Midwest titles before coming to California. Fonoimoana has been getting all the serves, and Karai's running them down. Chance for 16, and Karai booms it down the line.
Just incredible transition. Brent Doble blocking 100% of the time. That allows Karch to play defense and scramble, get in position to get offense. 8 kills now by Karai. Stays up and out of the sand, puts himself in a position to swing, and he's seen the court so well. Every time he's hitting away from Dax Holdren.
16-10, make it 17-10 with the ace. I tell you what, Fonoimoana and Holdren, they just look low-key.
They look flat.
They really do.
Absolutely flat. You know, I think they came in thinking this might be a little bit easier than it's proven to be. They're frustrated.
5 straight points for Doble and Karai. They're working on Fonoy. Fonoy's mad now. He's going to hit one. Karch digs it.
Oh.
Back to Holdren. And Holdren snaps it on the line. Now the teams will switch sides. Dax Holdren is on one side, 29 years old. Santa Barbara star, 9 career wins, 8 with Todd Rogers. His partner is Olympic gold medalist Eric Fonoimoana out of Manhattan Beach, former UC Santa Barbara All-Star. Karch Karai on the left, you know about him. And Brent Doble on the right, big guy, 6'6", a former basketball player. Brent Doble, he's got a nice pair of hands for a big guy, doesn't he?
He does. It's a very quick release. And what he does is he lines his body up so well. Ankles, hips, shoulders, and hands all facing exactly where he wants to get the ball.
So Karch Karai will serve it. Won't play FIVB this year. Doubts if he'll play or even try to get to the 2004 Olympics. Told me it just would be too much work. He doesn't have any points now. He'd have to play in the qualifier. Just too much rigmarole for the 3-time Olympic gold medalist. 18-11 our score. Fonoimoana hits it out of bounds. So Eric, very erratic so far in game 1.
You talk about Karch not playing FIVB. Well, Fonoy and Dax actually leaving first thing tomorrow morning. We'll head to Switzerland. They are playing both the domestic tour and the international tour. And yes, it's all about getting points so that it is easier to qualify for Athens 2004. Fonoy hoping to repeat.
Fonoy has 5 errors. Doble got the block. Jump set. Fonoy cuffing down the line. And
you can tell that Brent Doble's block has changed the way that Fonoy's swinging. a little bit intimidated by the hang time and the big reach. So this time he goes out with a high roll shot deep into the corner. It's a very smart play.
19-12. Karai and Doble closing in. Karai's passing has been outstanding, except for that one. And he puts it away. So the first game point coming up for Karch Karai and Brent Doble.
And the ball control just making it look so much easier. Because of the ball control, the court just very big, so much room to hit to.
Laugh it up, East Beach.
So technically, in rally scoring, Doble and Karai are going to have 8 match points. Game points. Good catch. For the game, Fenoy is rejected. No, Brent Doble, a smash-up job blocking. He got 3, Karai got 1. Karai and Doble win going away.
Brent Doble, I think, is the most improved blocker on the tour, and it's all about technique, taking big lateral steps, staying on top of the sand, and then going straight up. And then watch the reach as he sees the hitting shoulder and sees the ball going cross-court. And Doble's defense and Karch's offense have been a potent combination in this first game.
So old Pinky Hat, Karch Karai, and his partner Brent Doble, they romp in game 1. 21-13, but it is the best 2 out of 3. Can Karai hang on? Can Karai win his first tournament in over 2 years? Stay with us. Beach volleyball AVP style is going to continue on Fox Sports Net after this. And Fonoimoana look sluggish. At least they were in game 1. Karai and Doble looking peppy, but things can change around very quickly. Let's see how game 2 begins. They'll start on Fonoimoana. And Karch digs him right off the bat. Big play here. Karch, he'll cut it back to Fenoy. Coming over, Doble, no, and a point for Karai and Doble. Does Dax just look down? He's got that that bad body language.
Yeah, he's got a bad vibe, certainly coming, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's been neutralized. I mean, Fenoy, very agitated, frustrated vocal. Dax, very quiet, giving off some bad body language.
Hard to do anything when your partner can't hit the ball down. Fenoy, Karch with another dig. Doble on the run, he touched it, he whips it over.
Out.
Here comes Holdren. And Dax lays it on the line.
How about the defense that you're seeing from Doble and Karai? Doble just dominating the net, Karai just patrolling the backcourt. I think for Dax and Fenoy, it's got to start with the serve. Try and get some aces, or at least pull Karch and Doble off the net so that they don't get in quite an offensive rhythm. 0 aces so far for Holdren and Fenoy.
Court smaller this year, a little bit harder to serve the ball. That's for sure. And Holdren serves it out.
You know, I think the let rule, though, helps neutralize the smaller court because you can go for it a little bit more. If it touches the net and dribbles over, that ball is good, a change from years in the past.
Doble serving. 2-1 our score. Fonoimoana rejected by Doble.
Boy, that's the second hang time block that Doble's had. It's all about the timing, knowing that Fenoy's pulled off the net a little bit and dropping his shoulder. Watch as Doble just waits, crouches down, and then explodes. It's that basketball experience giving him that hang time.
3-1 our score. Doble and Karai continue to attack Fonoimoana. Karch is digging Fenoy. Joust coming. Karch has got it. Doble steps over him and Karch can't go. Good hustle by both teams. 10 digs early for Karch Karai.
Karch just getting around him. What he does is he gets his shoulders and his body around that ball to keep it in play.
So now Fonoimoana will serve his one-time idol Karch Karai. Karch focused. 3-2, game 2. Karai and Doble won the first 21-13. Doble with a little tunder.
That's got to feel good.
So Brent Doble getting a serve, and he thunders it through, and that's what you have to do when you don't get many.
Well, you get a great set from Karai. The timing great. Doble never has to slow down his approach, so he takes a solid 3-step approach, taking it right into his attack. You get so much more power that way.
Karai back over to Fenoy. Those sets look good. Fonoy just struggling to put the ball down. He gets one there, and it's 4-3. It is a side change. Our score in game 2, Doble Karai 4, Fonoy and Holdren 3. We'll have more. Professional beach volleyball continues on Fox Sports Net. Folks, there is special seating on the AVP Tour. Fans sitting in the Xbox King of the Court section earn their special seats by playing Xbox games against all challengers and recording the highest scores. Our congratulations to our Xbox champions. Enjoy that primo seating. Now, let's get back to the court.
Coming out from the dark, playing video games all day to the best seat in the house.
Dax Holdren trying to get revved up. His team trailing. Karai and Doble 1-0. And Karai has confidence. You know, sometimes, Heather, you play beach, you get off to a good start against another team, and then you're just on the good feeling.
Everything
you get off to a
just
bad start.
feels so easy. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're going uphill, you know. And for Karch and Doble right now, all cylinders working, and they really are making it look easy, but it's all about their ball control, transition, and their blocking game.
5-3 our score. Karch has the dig. It's got to come over. Doble touched it. Here comes Dax. And Dax hits it off Karch. Doble told me that Dax is hard to block because he's left-handed. He's got that funky left-hand feeling when he hits.
On the court, he's, you know, crazy ball control, screwy lefty blocking balls, funky lefty cutting jump serves. Off the court, he's pretty mellow, pretty quiet guy, actually. He doesn't really say a whole lot, but when he does, his timing is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a different look. I'm a lefty, and I always have players come up and say, you know what? It really is an advantage. It's like being a left-handed pitcher or batting left-handed. Even basketball, it just looks different, feels different, and it's just a little awkward to block.
Karch over the top. Chance for a point. Fonoy. Karch one-arm bandit. Ooh, could have been a double contact. No call. Here comes Fonoy. And they're going to yell at B. Lee. They thought it was a double contact.
Jack, come on now. Hey.
What are you doing?
Hey.
That's so bad.
Yellow card.
That wasn't a shot.
You're so pathetic.
Dax.
You're so pathetic. I can't even go.
Hey. That's enough. Let's go.
Terrible.
That's got to be a red card. You can't call the ref
Ouch.
pathetic.
Dax and
Uh-oh,
Fonoy.
he's reaching for a red. B. Lee is
Why
gonna-
should it be? It was a double. It was a double. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go, Dax.
Another look, Bealey's saying it's a double, and that's okay. That is the rule. You cannot lift it, though.
I thought he was talking about the set. Don't you think they were
No, they were
complaining
talking
on
about
the set?
for sure. Yeah, that was definitely the complaint, but
Yeah.
they got to get over it. You know, they've already lost focus. Crowd getting into
And
it.
Fonoy still complaining about it. It was definitely marginal. It's one of those ones where you could call it or you're not.
But you know, it's subjective. It's up to the up official to make the call. He didn't move on. Now it's in their head. You know, they are rattling around. Karch and Doble just in the position that they want to be in.
So now you just expect B. Lee to call the rest of the sets just like that. If you get a little bit of shaky one from anybody else, you got to let it go.
Yep, that's a subjective call. The key is consistency, Chris, just like you talk about. You've got to call it one way throughout the match, and I think he has. He has not called a sticky set this entire match.
Dax and Fonoy stalling, stomping.
Pouty.
That may wake them up. Let's see where that happened. At 6-4, they got mad. Fonoy. Karch with the dig. This could be it right there. And Karch puts it away. And he is pumped, folks. Huge play.
How do you get a ball past this man? The one-arm dig. I mean, this is just veteran savvy in the perfect position, the timing, the instinct, and then he's able to finish.
Watch him elevate, Heather.
Look at that, in perfect position to swing. And he's playing smart attacking volleyball. Already now 11 kills.
7-4. Doble Karai lead it. Game 2. Karai continuing to serve. Working on Fonoy. Fonoy is hot. And he smacks it down.
They're staying with the power, though. They're not giving up. They're not ready to go for the shot selection. They're going to make Karch prove it on every play.
Well, it looks like Doble is taking the line, basically, and Karch is just digging angle, and he's
Just
getting
good
some
old
of them up.
traditional beach volleyball.
So now Dax Holdren will go back to serve. Dax's best year a year ago. He won 4 tournaments, including an FIVB event in Mexico. Dax trying to rev it up. That was very close, and a double contact call.
Oh, that's a makeup call. Somebody likes it. As we talked about, you cannot lift. Ball cannot come to rest. And again, it's subjective. In my mind, that's a makeup call. Pays to be the squeaky wheel, huh?
I think that's a good call. That went too far. That was a double. 7-6 our score. And Fonoy blocks one and glares at the referee. And they're still talking to the referee as they make the side change. A little bit early, we had a chance to talk to Eric Fonoimoana on how he Karch. This is what he said.
You know, Karch is a great competitor. I'm going after him as hard as I can, and the best team will win.
And they've been going after Karai. They've served him 12 times, but he was starting off so hot. They then switched to Doble, gave him 6. Now they're back attacking Karai.
And now Holdren will serve. 7-7 game 2. Doble Karai won the first game. And they're going to work on Doble a little bit. That's not a bad idea. One guy's beating you and he's hurting you. Switch it.
Especially, I think Karch is the type of player that feeds on as many touches as he can get. If he's getting served and swinging, digging and swinging, he's just going to get better and better and better. So they really want to take Doble and, you know, really take some of the balls away from Karai.
So Doble back to serve. Doble rips it. Oh, what a dig by Fonoimoana. Can he put it away? Not yet. Karai goes and gets it. Karai on the right. Fonoy another dig. Eric Fonoimoana is dug. Here goes Doble. Dax with a dig. Dax puts it away. No, it's out. It's out. Dax hit it out by an inch.
Dax looking for the ball mark. Karch more than happy to point it out to him.
That makes it 9-7.
Rally of the day, and it's all about defense by Fonoy. Incredible finish to the longest rally, I think, of the tournament. Karch breaks right and just a bit wide. Karch has his eye on it. I love it. He goes and points it out to Dax. Try to appease him a bit.
Karai and Doble by a couple here in game 2. And Doble serves it into the bottom of the net. Bad serving error there. If you're going to serve a lollipop, at least get it over the net.
Yeah, anytime you're going to stay on the ground and not use the jumper, you've got to serve high percentage. You cannot miss the float serve.
Fonoimoana set for takeoff. Trailing by 1, 9-8. Karch. Nice block by Dax. One set. Ba-boom!
By design. Anytime that Karch gets the short one, he is going to set the quick set to Doble. They are 2 for 2 now. In the indoor game, they call it a 1 because it's about 1 foot above the net. The key is you've got to approach so much quicker. In a free ball or transition, they're doing it. There's the look from the official, and you can tell how quick it is. It's just shooting right at you.
10-8. Karch up by 2. Fonoy on the back set. Karch, no.
And I like the idea of Holdren and Fonoy moving it around. Don't be too predictable by setting Fonoy on the left side of the court every time. If you've got a good pass, go high, go back, mix it up so that Doble can't be a blocking machine.
Dax Holdren and Eric Fonoimoana trying to catch up. It's 10-9. Off the top, Karch goes and gets it. And down the line he goes.
Smart play that time. Karch recognizing that both opponents were up tight to the net. The entire back of the court wide open. Watch as Fonoy and Holdren get sucked up into the middle of the court, really into the front of the court because they're blocking and playing defense. That leaves the back of the court wide open for Karai. He doesn't even need power, just placement.
Brent Doble has 3 career wins, all with Lee LeGrand. Got a chance to win one today with Karch. Doble. Oh, Doble should have taken a swing on that. Dax turning around. Karch. Dax. Karch. Karai on attack. and he puts it away. Wow, I haven't seen this much emotion from Karch since the 1996 Olympic final when the Olympic fifth place match when he knocked out St. John Smith and Carl Henkel.
He is feeling it. So good to be back on this stage, and Karch, you couldn't have asked for a better performance out of him. The defense has been phenomenal. He is making plays that we have not seen in a long time. We have all been missing this type of volleyball, and it's finally back.
Game 2, Karai and Doble leading 12-9, and Dax is hot. We're coming back. Can Karai and Doble win today, or will Fonoimoana and Holdren rally? Stay with us. AVP Tour events. The top teams will receive $10,000 for 4 California events, courtesy of Michelob Light. Winners will be announced immediately following the Michelob Light Manhattan Beach Open on August 11th. The great taste of Michelob Light makes any occasion seem special. Chris Marlowe and Heather Cox, we're back in a special situation. Capacity crowd, center court at historic East Beach. Karch Karai looking for win number 143. Eric Fonoimoana and Dax Holdren have been struggling. They played poorly in game 1. Karch and Doble winning it 21-13. Karai and Doble been a little bit better in game 2. Dax and Fonoy, they've been hot, they've been surly, they've been mad.
They've had just about all of it, giving the stink eye to the officials, getting frustrated, but they've got to use it to their advantage.
Karch goes down and gets it. And Karai tapping over the top.
And Karai now with a double-double of 18 kills, and even in my mind, more impressively, 14 digs. And I'd say of those 14 digs, about 90% of them have been converted. Great transition volleyball.
13-10 now. Karai and Doble lead it. Playing at 21. And Fonoy's best hit of the match. Sizzled right by Karai and bounced into the stands.
And I think Fonoy could possibly be at his best when he's bitter, when he's upset, when he's feisty, because he's an emotional player, and that's when you get the most out of him. He loves to bring the heat. Nice high set, gives him plenty of time to see the block.
Cratered that one, and he patrols the net. Fonoy and Holdren, problem they've had, they're not scoring any points when they serve. They're not getting any serves, not any transition points. There's a pretty good serve. Karch running. And a free ball coming up. Right to Dax, and Dax snaps it through. A little momentum for Fonoy and Dax.
And right now, I think it's all about the serve and block game. It's got to start with the first contact. I don't think they want to get the long rallies with Karch and Doble. They want to terminate on the first option possible. Holdren finally showing some heat. Now, if they can get that serve going and score on the serve or the block, they're in a great situation.
Wind is light. Dax had a great serve. Now he gives one back. Remember, in rally scoring, if you miss a serve, it costs you a point. You get an ace, you get a point. And Brent Doble will chat it over with Karch. Karai and Doble have never won together. As we mentioned, Karch has won 142 events. Doble has won 3, but they've never won one with each other. 14-12. Fonoy comes in off Karch's chest. Ooh, that was very close to a double contact. And Karai looks at B. Lee. No call. Fonoy kind of thumped that one up there, Heather.
Tough situation for B. Lee to be in, especially knowing how hot the players are. First, the huge dig by Karai. Just really rebounds that ball. There's the stick. A little sticky.
It's a marginal set, but maybe okay in this genre. Pressure on that man. Brant Lee. Fonoy serving, 14-13.
Bagged the jumper on what he considers the bad side.
Doble is rejected by Dax.
That's what they needed. The first stuff block of the game for Fonoy and Holdren. A couple of soft blocks, but no big put away until now. Holdren lines right up on Doble. Doble a little bit back, away from the net, doesn't see the block, ball's behind him, and instant point for Holdren.
We're going to continue with our AVP Men's Championship Final on Fox Sports Net right after this. Stay with us. Huge crowd here at East Beach in Santa Barbara, California. The first event held in 1953, won by Gene Selznick and Don McMahon. It's the oldest tour event that is still on the schedule. And we are seeing a very intriguing final. Eric Fonoimoana and Dax Holdren, a team that's already won one event this year, playing against Karch Karai, back in the finals again, and his partner, Brent Doble. Karai trying to win his 143rd Open title. And he has played well so far. We're tied at 14. Karai and Doble won game 1, 21-13. A little earlier when we talked to Brent Doble, he seemed pretty confident going into his first final of the year.
Well, it's not my first barbecue necessarily. It is this year, but I guess I'm just taking it one play at a time and see what happens. Hopefully we can make some good plays and give ourselves a chance to come out on top.
And already Doble playing with a ton of confidence, setting his partner well, and more importantly, scoring a ton of points blocking the ball.
Fonoy bounces it. Karch goes and gets it. Karch coming in, and the cut shot is good. So Fonoimoana, you can feel that he and Dax Holdren are getting the rhythm, I think, a little bit of Karch and Doble now. They're starting to pick up some balls, but they're still not killing them all.
Well, I think that Fonoy is getting the energy. It starts here with the great defense from Karch, but this time not able, actually able to put it away.
Yeah. So Karai, and you can bet he's going to try to get this one over to Fonoimoana. He does. Fonoy down the line. Karch can't get there. Karch may have stumbled a bit. Looked like his foot went straight down into the soft sand. And it's a point for Dax and Fonoy.
This sand very soft, also very deep, and to play effective defense, you really want to try and stay on top of the sand, never get dug down deep underneath it.
5 ties in this game. Fonoy and Holdren have never led. This could be it right here. Karch. And Karch puts it through, and Fonoimoana and Dax didn't like that set. And they are staring at B. Lee.
That's not a throw.
That's not one, Karch. That's like 3. Well, that one. 3 to 1. 3 to 1. Karch. All the others are he's just consistently bad right now. Missed one bad. Here we go.
Back to action, we go, clapping up Santa Barbara, 16-15, Karai Doble trying to win.
We just put you on the court with the sounds of the AVP. They don't like the officiating so far from B. Lee.
They're calling it 3 to 1 is the score on bad calls.
16 to 15, now 16 to 16. Well, there have been 3 marginal sets that he didn't call and 1 that he did. And Fonoimoana had a marginal. Doble had a marginal.
Fonoy just exploding. He's playing with a lot more energy here in the second game. Look at how high up he gets. Forget the 6'6" Doble. He's going right over the top.
Fonoy in jump serve posture. Can he rip one? Not bad. Karai down the line. Fonoy is there. Eric Fonoimoana. Karch blocked it. Fonoy pokes it over and out.
A good call. No touch by Karai on that block. That ball went straight into the tape. Take a look at the swing. Ball never touches anybody. Goes straight into the tape, not the block. And now 9 hitting errors for the team of Holdren and Fonoy.
Karai just 4 points away now, leading 17-16. Dax brings it back out. Karai with a dig. Can Doble get there? He does. Karch dinks. Fonoy there easily. Jump set. Fonoy hit it out! Oh my gosh. Dax gave him a jump set. Fake Karai completely out of his fake hat. And Fonoy missed it.
You've got to love the set from Dax. By jumping, you're holding Karch. Watch the jump set. Karch goes completely for the fake and then doesn't get there in time. Fonoy's got a wide open court to go after, and that just says it all for how their day's going.
Karch got his hands up. I'm not sure if Fonoy was trying to hit his hands or maybe just go over the top. He did get his hands up, so maybe that did contribute just a bit. So now it is 18-16. Fonoy coming behind. Blocked by Doble, but out of bounds. And a side change. So Brent Doble and Karch Karai are just 3 points away from victory. The Santa Barbara Open will continue after 3 points away from his first win in nearly 2 years. Dax Holdren and Eric Fonoimoana trying to hang on. They trail 1 game to none. Dax with the serve. Spins it to Doble. Doble, big play here, and he puts it away. Remember, it's a game to 21. You have to win by 2.
Doble and Karch just continue to impress at the net. Combined, have provided so much offense. This time, Doble sees the line wide open. Doble now 8 kills. Karch Karai with 16.
19-17, Doble Karai by 2. Crucial point here. Fonoy. Karch has got it. Doble with a set. Karch, and he puts it away. Karch Karai with his 20th dig, his 20th point.
Textbook volleyball. Karch Karai's transition game is at its best. Look at that, right into his basket. Perfect position. Just digging hard cross court and then finishing it.
Sensing the moment. The crowd is up here in East Beach. 3 match points are coming up. Doble will serve it. Karai will patrol. Doble on Fonoy for the win. Jump set. Fonoy smacks it through. 1 match point averted.
Karch wanted that in position, but his body facing the wrong way that time.
Here's the one that counts. Karai and Doble will receive for the match. Second championship point for Karai and Doble. Fonoy serving. This could be it right here. Karch puts it away. He's the champ. Fonoimoana's got it. Karch again. Got to take a swing, Karch. Karch lets it rip. Blocked. Karch lets it rip. And he puts it away. And Karch Karai is in the winner's circle again. Win number 143 for Karch Karai. Number 4 for Brent Doble, the first together.
And for volleyball fans, it doesn't get any better than this. Karch Karai is back. And to see him play so flawlessly and to see him so energized and excited, you know how much it means to him to be back in the winner's circle.
Winning on his home beach. First tournament that he won in Santa Barbara all the way back in 1979. And can you believe it, folks? He wins this year in 2002.
And he had to work a little bit harder for match point, continuing to dig, continuing to put himself in an opportunity to finish this off, but Fonoy and Holdren would not go easily. Took 3 chances here for Karai, but great defense. And then finally the big put away, win number 143 with that kill.
Our congratulations to Fonoy and Dax. They finished second. Not exactly what they wanted, but the day belongs to Karch Karai and his partner Brent Doble. Karai and Doble euphoric. They have won